Hi, this is JilliBling. What do you think? Counting sheep. This is in the Hall or the Celebration catalog, and you can get, well here, I've got it right here. You can get the stamp set, it's near the back. The stamp set for a $50 purchase for free. The dies for free with the $50 purchase. Look at that! It's so cute. So I know we've done plenty of animals, but this one is cute. First I didn't know quite what to do with it, and then I was thinking about how we did the goats and the penguins and the cows, and I know there's another one I'm forgetting. There's quite a few of them. But this is what I came up with. And I was looking at everything online, and they seem kind of boring. This is cute, it's fine, but wait till you see the inside. Look at that! Look how they're jumping. Is that the coolest? This is the first card I did, and this piece of window sheet acetate I made a little bit big, so he's a little bit floppy. I don't know if I like that or not, but the other ones I made it a little bit shorter, so it's not quite so floppy. That just creates more movement. Maybe that's a good thing. Is that just the cutest? Don't look at the back. Okay, so there's that one. There's this one. And it's like they're jumping in a kind of in an arc. Few balloons. That's a die in the bundle or in the die set. Then there's also a flag. Whenever I saw this flag, I thought it belongs on the back of a kid's bike, or maybe at, if you're a golfer, at the hole. So I'm not sure what I think about that one quite yet. There's the sun die and the cloud die, all in the set. So the window sheet is just a little bit shorter, so they don't have quite so much movement, but it's still a lot of fun. Okay, so when I do a lot of samples, I guess that means I'm having a little bit of fun with it. If I do 2 samples, I like it, that's fine. If I do 4 samples, that means I keep making more and more ideas. Oh, look at this one. So this guy here, I have him on 2 pieces of window sheet. He's being carried away with the balloons. I'm looking at it from this angle. I don't know if you could tell how he's kind of popped up right there. Lots of balloons. Then a little bow. Okay, and then finally this one. So these guys, they're flinging their hats up in the air. They're flying off their head just because they're so excited. A whole bunch of little hats down here. I wasn't sure what to do down here, but it certainly is a fun card. We'll be using blending brushes. Counting Sheep is the Celebration set. I wanted more birthday words other than so glad it's your birthday or you're amazing, so I added in this one. Happiest of birthday, great words. A grandkid. I don't know that this has to be a kid card, but there's some great birthday words in here. And then quite a few dies. Of course, there's the sheep die. This one I did it more just for the border. Oh, and the border, I have 3 different borders going on. So this one, they're all scalloped borders. This one has like a little loop-de-doo imprinted in it, like embossed, textured into it. That one is just stitched scallops, and this one has a stitching across here and scallops. So I have 3 different die sets just for Peony. Tasteful Labels, that's for the inside. I think this is penned, hand-penned, penned flowers, just for that border. And Scallop Contours is just for the border. Then, of course, layering circles. Okay, so let me get the sheep's one on top. Sheep, sheep, singular. We'll use Memento, Pool Party, and Garden Green, and these are for the blending brushes. We'll do that in just a minute. Memento, because we're going to be coloring with blends. Okay, got everything cleared out. Are you ready? window sheet. And I have a whole bunch of strips in here, and there's some down at the bottom because you'll just need just a little bit. This is for, on the front, the circles. Okay. And this is for the front. I should just leave this one here. So these are, let me see, I think 3/4 of an inch. 3/4 of an inch by 5.5, and I will cut one of them using a scalloped edge. That one will just be stuck on there. The scalloped edge, here they are. How about, this one's on top. How about this one? So here's that. And you know what? I have a little note somewhere about when you, right here. 2 things. It's okay if it's crooked. And what that means is when I look at this piece of paper, it's a little narrow here, wider there. That's okay, because when you lay this one on top of it, the die is straight. So it doesn't matter how crazy and crooked it is there. You have 3 edge choices. And then for the scoring, you score it at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 1.5. And then I have some little notes. We'll do that next. So hold on with that. So let's put these together. I'll use regular adhesive. Ooh, and it would be good. Oh, that looks kind of nice too, huh? Well, I have blue and peach colored balloons set aside, so I'll use this side. But that would be nice too. Okay, so this is for the top of this little banner thing. Okay, and then this is for the bottom. And yes, this is crooked, narrow here, a lot wider over there, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so that piece is done. You might have to trim it. Okay, so that's going to go here. This piece is for the insides, this little peak for the fence and the sheep to attach to. Kind of part of the pop-up. So on my little note, I say, because you want these together, that's going to stick to the card. So first you score it. Boy, I have lots of stuff going on here. And, you know, my paper cutter score is out being busy, so I have to use this one, my old one. But use your Stampin' Up! One at home. So 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5 inch. Okay, done with that. Okay, and then the next note says score it. We did that. Fold it. I know I want this part up, the middle, and then these two are just going to be tucked underneath the panels on the inside of the card. Okay, so it should look like, can you see that? Right there. Okay, and you know what, I'm not sure. Am I ready to put this in? I can be. I could put that in right away. It doesn't matter when you do it. Okay, so to attach this to the inside of the card, so my little notes say score, fold, adhesive on one side, adhesive, collapse it, which means get it how it needs to be when the card is folded, and put it in to the crack. Okay, adhesive second side. Then close the door. Close the door. Okay, so that part is done. And if you have a gap like that, maybe it's not so good. It closes nice. Let's try it again. Maybe I could just, I'm not sure. Okay. So you know why there might be the gap is because I didn't perfectly fold those. Close the door. And you know what? If there is a gap, it still works just fine. There's still a gap. I'm talking about that right there. That's better. But if that happens to you, it's okay. Okay, so we'll set this aside for now. And we're done with this. Okay, so this goes on here. Those are the samples. Let's get back to making the front. So this will go on here, but there's texture. There's that texture. This is the same one. Music, like you're singing happy birthday. And then there is this texture. So you could choose whichever one you want. I set aside this one, so I'll put it right at the top. I'm making sure that it's straight with the edge right here. Okay, and I'll texture that. Okay, so that's going to go on here, and it's the perfect size. It's 5.5 by 4 1/4. And I'll put all the paper cut sizes on my blog, which is JilliBling.com, and I'll do that within the next few days. Okay, so I'm going to attach this to the front of the card. And you know, when there's texture, that means that there's less contact surface from the adhesive to here. So many times when I have something textured, I use liquid glue. And I say that only because when I look at these that are already done, there's a few of them that it keeps on popping up. I need to put some glue in there. So before I attach it, I'm going to put glue where there's probably along all 3 of these sides. Just a little bit. Because if there's glue on it, it will stick. Okay, so this gets layered right over the top, and get down that corner, the top corner. You know what, it might be, I see that it might be too big up there. So I'm going to start with the top corner up here. See, that looks good. Okay, let that liquid glue absorb into the paper. Well, that worked out perfect. Yeah, I knew that. So where should I put this? Looking at these, this one's at the bottom, a little higher up, in between. I like it at the bottom. So once again, because there's texture, I'm going to do a little bit of glue. I think I've become a glue person. It holds really good. And I found that if you do glue kind of thin, it absorbs into the paper, dries quicker, and it's set. Sometimes I do too much glue, and it takes too long. So placing this on here, I'm just making sure that this amount of mint paper matches that amount. Almost. Okay. Good, good, good. So now there is this, but I'm going to put a little color on it with the blending brushes. So this one I have, is that Pool? I think it's just Pool out here. Pool down at the bottom, not so much at the top. Pool in the middle, that's really cute. Pool just on the top, pull around the outside edges. Well, how about if I do green and blue. So blue sky, pool party. Blending brushes are fun. If you don't have them, you should get some. I'll put a link on my blog, and you can get some ordered. So just back and forth. When you go back and forth, it makes the center really smooth, the edges heavy. And then after there's less ink on the blending brush, then you could use some swirls to kind of concentrate on getting the color in here. Okay, and I kind of like it when there's white in the center. It kind of drifts down with the pool party, because that leaves, to me, that looks a little bit like a horizon. And here is Garden Green, and I chose these colors because these colors are in the designer paper. Okay, done with blending brushes. Okay, so that is going to go on sky, green grass. So what words? This is all about birthdays. How about this one? Where should I put it? That's kind of cute how he's jumping over like that. And you know what? I like this fence, how I did that. Okay, this is my new this time sample. So for the words, so glad it's your birthday. And that's going to be in, how about down here? Perfect. And while I have this out, I'm going to do a little bit of grass. This is the grass stamp. Probably should have moved this, because now I have some grass on there. Okay, there it is. So I can attach these. I know. It's a big adhesive thing. Okay, so that will go right onto here. Oh, the fence. So the fence I'm going to cut in half. So this fence is one of the dies. This die right here. That's fence. So cute. Okay. So cut it right in the middle and put half here and half here. Okay. So I have to attach it. I could put a little bit of glue here and here, but then it would probably be crooked. So I think I'm going to put glue on part of the fence. And I know it's going over texture. Otherwise I'd use my adhesive runner. And I will put this, how about this middle part right in the middle of this green, garden green bar right here. So that, then I know how to do this one. So that middle part is on the green bar, and these are about equal distance. Okay, and then I would put this on dimensionals, but the sheep is going to be on dimensionals. So this gets put on flat. How about right there? Okay, so that part is done. Okay, so sheep. In this set, there are 3 different sheep. Jumping, leaping, standing, looking as sweet as can be. And this one is having a party and dancing like no one cares. How about, because I put this here, how about the jumping one? And I have him all cut out, colored, and a party hat on. Yay! How about like that? This one is kind of jumping up. This one's going to be coming down. Okay, dimensionals. So you know how Tony had his foot surgery. He just came back from his follow-up appointment, which has been like 2 weeks later, and all is well. Stitches are out. He can wear regular shoes. It's a good thing. Okay, front is done. Okay, so for the inside, let's go. So over here, this is for these words. And this is for the top to be sponged. And this is for the bottom. You can see it's happening, huh? So let's cut out the words. Right here. Oh, and I'm going to do my fancy thing. I hope you guys aren't tired of it. For some reason, I'm not tired of it. So what am I talking about if you don't already know? This die is right here. Cut it out, which I did. But there's this little extra layer of embossing that kind of makes it look like a panel card. Let me see, one of them, it turned out really good. This one, look at that. Maybe because I sponged it. But see right there? See that little extra shadow that goes all the way around? You could do that with most dies. Okay. So to do that, I'm just going to put this right back in. Probably shouldn't have taken it out. Some of them, they just fall out, so you can't help it. Okay, it's back in place. I'm going to take my bone folder and go right along this little metal edge. You know what? Just a minute. My lousy old candle. I use this candle. Oh, that's another thing. Boy, I get so distracted. If you have a new stamp pad and you open it up and it's like it won't move, take your candle, preferably clear. At first, I had some cherry chapstick, and I say that only because Katy Perry sang a song about cherry chapstick. And it had a pink hue to it, and I put the chapstick on my new stamp pad. It worked. Look how nice that works now. It worked just fine, but I had that pink hue to it. I don't want that. Okay, so very nice. I'm going to try something. I probably should have checked this out before. I'm going to get a little bit of the wax on here. Okay, it works. That makes this on the bone folder, it makes it much smoother. I wonder if I could do it like this. Because no one's going to see the underside. I don't know if my adhesive will want to stick. See, that's really nice. Maybe I didn't get any over here. And I'm trying to get in the corners of the die. Oh, it's nice through there. But I could see the wax on there. Learn something new every day, even if someone else isn't teaching. You just learn it from trying. Okay, so now that I've done, oh, there's no wax there. Woo! And it's okay if it's a little bit messy on the back side. Candle, good. Because, look at that. Okay, done with the die. Let me see if I can hold this up. See that little ledge right there? Just a little extra bit of detail. Okay, so what words? I have these setting out. Ooh, that's big words. I hope it will fit. And seeing white on white, but not that good. Green underneath it, you can see better. This is a nice new pad. Okay. Happy, a little bit late birthday. Happy, happy. I like that. Okay. So that will go here. And should I leave it white? Or should I do some sponging on it? Or the brushes on it? I think I'll just leave it. But this one here, as we did the front, I'm going to do this one. Have it all done. And for the fences, what do I have here? I want to put these on that. These cutouts, maybe here. Oh, I didn't put words on the back. That's okay. And these guys are going to be something like that. So I think it's best just to kind of lay it out and see where you want stuff. Okay, how about the balloon? I like those balloons where the balloons pull them up into the air. Okay, this is getting kind of fun. And the balloons, there's a die for that. There's a die for everything. Where's my tray? So right here, there's a die for the balloons, the flag, 2 clouds, the sunshine, okay, this is looking good. So the fences, well, this one wants a balloon. I have another one. Maybe that could go on the outside. So here's the fence. I kind of like the fence down at the bottom. Okay, coming up with a plan here. Okay, so how about I'll stick this down. And then I'll show you how to do the window sheet to make it look like they're jumping. You know what? All of them. The balloons are going to be lifting all of them. So the stamp set is called Counting Sheep, and I'll tell you, ever since I got this stamp set and I've tried it, I've been sleeping like a rock. So maybe you need to get the stamp set and then you could sleep really good. Because usually I wake up a few times, look over at the clock, go back to sleep. Since I had the stamp set, none of that. It's nice to sleep through the night. Okay, so these pieces are on. So I think this is going to go down here. Look how pretty that is. That looks good. This one, that one. It would be nice if they can open. Well, I think when the card closed, they would end up closed. So I'll just put glue only here so they can open. And you know, I don't know which side belongs to the outside. I think I have it a combination of half this way, half that way. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'm trying to do the glue thin so it will dry a little fast. So this time I'm going to put it on looking at the outside edge. See how the mint, the garden, and then the white are equal? So I'll do that with this one too. So they kind of overlap a little bit. That might identify that they open. Well, this one's kind of popping open a bit. Okay. And maybe I could put it down in here. What do you think? Probably should have used regular adhesive for this, but okay. And it's going to be over here. I have a dimensional on them. Okay, so I will put liquid glue on these little balloon strings. Oh! There. That didn't happen. Okay. So, let's do the clouds, the sky. There's this one. Those came out cute. Glue or sun, cloud. Oh, the clouds against the blending brushed background. That looks good. I probably should be a little bit more precise, but it's okay. Can't do wrong with this. Okay, so now next is the sheep. So how about this one, and I'll put it on here, not on this side, but right on here. But I'm going to set it on this side for now. All these balloons. Oh, you know, let me check the front, because I have an extra set of balloons. I think he wants these balloons. Maybe they could be on the fence. That looks good. And once again, I'm going to put glue on the strings so that they lay flat, and then I have a dimensional on the balloons. Well, they have to be on the card. Okay, now the outside is done. So for here, let's see, the jump in one. Well, see, when I put these this way, they're all doing their own thing, they're going away. I think they should be coming to the party. And then this one can be here. Oh, see how that one's up? Maybe the balloons can be lifting up his backside. Maybe I've been playing with this for too long. This one, obviously, he's holding the balloons. I wonder if you could hold them over here. Okay, that's looking really cute. I kind of like his backside. It's floating up with the balloon. What do you think? The look on his face, I think he wants that to happen. Okay, so here they are. Here's my window sheets. So pull out your window sheets, and these are cut a 1/2 inch, right from here to here, 1/2 inch by, I think it's 8.5, but just 1/2 inch pieces. And you could trim them after you have them attached and after it's all dry. So let's start with this guy. And if this window sheet is on here, so I put it down here to the bottom. I know it's hard to see because it's clear. And the window sheet right now goes right up here to the top. I could make him a little bit taller, but I think I'm just going to trim this. Okay, so now the window sheet goes from right here to up there. And I'm just laying it all out at this point. This one, I think he's mostly going to be stuck on this green grass. So I don't know that he's going to need support. But this one certainly does. So I'll put it right about, I'm cutting it, and it's going from here in the crease to about midpoint on his tummy. And you know, I don't know if the balloons are going to need support or not, but we'll try that in just a minute. So to attach these, I'm going to put adhesive or liquid glue. You could use your tape runner. I don't know what is the best for sticking down. So I put adhesive, let me make sure that you can see, right there. And it's on the back side of this green grass. And I didn't put it way down into the corner. And normally I would pick this up and stick it to it, but I think that if I did this, okay, so the window sheet now is sticking up. It's right sticking up here. And it's attached. You could tell where it's attached. Oop, I kind of messed up my little layout here. So this one, he's going to go in the middle. I don't know. His backside hiking up like that, I don't know. That's just a little too weird. So I'm going to put liquid glue on all of these feet. And that can go right down here. And again, try to avoid getting it right into the crease. This is maybe just a hairline above the crease. I want the crease to be able to do what it does, the folding, and I don't want to bend his little feet over. Okay, so he's in place. So now this one, thinking right here is where it was laying. Again, trying to keep it a little bit thin. Okay, so now I have my 2 acetate sheets in place. So now I can attach my little flying sheep. I have to get it back to where, that's cute. Okay, so I'll put glue on here. And if all possible, try not to get any liquid glue on your blending brush area. Just because if you get liquid glue here, it will take all the ink and kind of bring it all into a pile and you'll have a dark spot right there. I think on one of these I did that. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, he's moving. I might have to hold him for a minute. Or maybe, let's hold him up. Okay. And it doesn't take long for him to dry. Okay, he's already drying on there. He doesn't need that anymore. Let me see if I got liquid glue on any of these. Right there is just a little bit, but I know one of them, it doesn't look good. It's just like a dark spot of, so I don't know if you could tell right there, there's some liquid glue right there. Wish that didn't happen, but it's mostly going to be covered up, so it'll be fine. Okay, the card is kind of heavy, and when you feel it, it's kind of thick. It's like, we mean business. Okay, so this one can go on here. I'll put the glue on his feet. Maybe I should just let it start to dry so it gets a little bit tacky. Okay, and I wanted to stay in the card. One of them I had it jumping out of the card. That wasn't so good. Okay, so I think maybe if I just hold it for a second. So now to attach these balloons, I put a dimensional on the back. Well, that's okay. It holds it together. This right here, I think it might need support. So let me find one of those little pieces. So here I cut off about an inch, 3/4 of an inch, and I'm going to put it on. I probably should wait till he dries a little bit more. Seems like it's holding on pretty well. So I'm putting liquid glue back here. Okay. So let me see if I could get it so it's kind of shining, so you could see where the window sheet is on there. So the window sheet is right about here. Here's an edge, here's an edge, and it goes down there. I could see the edge of the window sheet. I'll trim that off in just a minute after it dries. But now that that's on, he can be holding his balloons. So I guess if I just kept it really simple, I wouldn't have to be going through all this. But sometimes I get fancy. And I'll take pictures, close-up pictures, and put them on my blog so you could see what it really looks like. So that's partially stuck down. At this point, I'm just going to leave it. I'll go back and I can add more glue. This one, he could just be holding them. So that's easy to do. I don't know. Sheep's hands aren't up there. Maybe sheep, their hands are not up there. Maybe it could be around his neck or something. Okay, and one more. And it kind of covers the clouds, but once the card is open, it doesn't cover them up anymore. Okay, so this one, it can be right here. It certainly looks like a party. Okay, so I'm just going to let everything rest. Then I'll check how things are, if I need to trim anything. But in the meantime, 5 tiny little bows. Those can go on anywhere. I was going to put it lower, but I don't want to cover up my words. So there's a bow. I didn't put bows on any of the others, but that's okay. This one can have a bow on his head. Really, it's a bow for the balloons, but that's a happy card. So everything is still kind of drying. I don't know if I dare flip it over to put the bow on the front. I'll wait just a minute. Okay, so one bow on the front. The next thing is with your snips, when you look at where the window sheets are, it's better if you wait for it to dry. You might need to trim just so there's not a big square piece of the window sheet showing. I want to leave that balloon tail on there. Okay, it's starting to happen. I have no glue dots back here. So this one, he's just hanging on just a little bit. This one has a little bit more to hang on to. This one, see this corner? Maybe if I get the glare on it. This corner of the window sheet, I'm going to trim that. Just when you look at the finished little picture, little scene, if you see any of the corners of the window sheet, those are the ones you could trim. And it's much better if you do them, I got a glue dot. It's much better if you do them after it's all dry, Okay, that's all looking pretty good. So I'm going to put this one on here. I would put it down closer to the bottom, but because of the white fence, it gets a little bit lost. Okay, I think that's it. And the glue will dry clear, so I don't have to worry about that. So there is, oh, I bent those. Oh, I bent these too. Okay, I bent all of them. What the heck? See, I'm trying to do it while it's still wet. Okay, looking good. So there is the inside, and here is the top. And my sheet are flying and floating, and it's a party. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And until next time, I hope you have a great, happy sheep floating day. Bye.